Assalamu alaikum, dear. How are you? There are plenty of things to learn while we are alive. We keep learning, not just during the age we are enrolled in an educational institution, rather, throughout our life. We keep learning and we should keep learning. There are plenty of things to learn. Although each one of these is not of equal importance at all, some of these have a lot of utility than others, and we have taken a subject which has a lot of implications in our practical life. So, for all that reason, it has become imperative upon each one of us to be able to understand it and to be able to learn it, practice it in our life. So that is an art, and this is an art of letting go. The art of letting go. Many of the people think that this is nothing new or it is quite ordinary. As a matter of fact, it is something having an extreme a type of utility. Why? Because you may have seen and sometimes experienced as well that something which is annoying us, which is annoying us, it comes to our mind and does not leave at all. We feel a lot troubled, unhappy, annoyed, angry, fearful, afraid, but we are not able to free ourselves from that particular type of psychological condition. So for that reason, we need to learn the art of letting go. Why to learn this art? Because it makes our life much easier. It makes our life much better. So for that reason, so we have made it a topic of our discussion today, and in the next few minutes we will be delving upon it, in the in depth and having a concise but comprehensive study upon the subject. So, dear friend, first of all, let's understand why it's important to let go. There are five important reasons why we should let go. Why should we learn the art of letting go? Number one, it reduces mental stress and anxiety a lot of reduction in the stress level, in the anxiety level. Number two, why letting go is important. It is free our emotional energy. There are four types of energy in a human being. It is the spiritual one, it is the emotional energy, the mental one, and of course the physical energy. So as far the emotional energy is concerned, it has a lot of, if at all it is being utilized in a positive manner, it will make our life, it will beautify our life. But if at all it is not being used in a right manner, so that actually means that a person look upon the people who are seen, committing the suicide, attempting the suicide, or they have fallen into the depression. What's wrong with those people? Because of their emotional energy has gone in a wrong way. So as for this, the art of letting go is concerned, it frees us, frees our emotional energy. Number three, why the letting go is important? Because it allows growth and it allows growth and it allows renewal. It allows us to get our energies renewed and it allows us to keep growing. Number four, it enhances mental clarity. There is a mental clarity and sometimes there is a mental fog as well. But the art of letting go will make our, will bring the mental clarity in us. The fifth point, why it is important to learn the art of letting go, it cultivates inner peace. Inner peace each one of us is looking for. The most important thing without which the life is just destroyed, and it does cultivate the inner peace. Now the next step is that what to let go of. What to let go of. There are five types of things which should be allowed to go. Number one, it is negative emotions like anger, resentment, jealousy, fear, or any other negative emotion. Negative emotions should be allowed to let go of. Number two, it is, unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships, the toxic relationship. If at all somebody is not treating you properly, the sooner you leave them, the better it is. Do not cling to a toxic relationship at all. That will make your life unbearable. So that is the second point. It is the unhealthy relationships, the toxic relationships. Number three, it is past regrets and guilt. Past regrets and the past guilt should be allowed to go. Number four, it is the unrealistic expectations from anybody or from the life, from the world. Let go of the unrealistic type of expectation. Number five, it is the material possession. Material possession. If at all we have fewer material possessions, it is okay. If we have a lot of material possessions, it does not make our life easier at all. Rather, it becomes quite burdensome. So, but it does not mean that you shouldn't have the things which you are in need of. So these are the 5 points. These are the 5 points we should let go of, the 5 things. The next step is how to let go. That is also very important, and that is something of basic value. That is how to let go of. Number one, acknowledge and accept the emotions. Acknowledging and accepting, because unless and until we don't accept it, it is like if we don't acknowledge the disease, we cannot start the treatment, and we will not be able to cure it as well. So the first thing is acknowledge and accept emotions. The second is practice forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness for yourself as well as for other people, although it does not mean that you should repeat the same type of mistake and should try to get closer to a person who is a toxic person who does not care about you. So that is, it is practice forgiveness, self and others. Number three, it is release attachment to outcome. Releasing attachment to specific type of outcome, the outcome of your choice, the outcome of your liking. I think we should release this type of attachment to outcomes. Number four, it is focus on the present moment, not to live in the past, not to dwell in the past at all. The past will be having lots of regrets. We have to learn whatever we can learn from the past, then let it go. There is a future and there are a lot of fears. Maybe there are certain fears about the future. Prepare or plan, then let it go. Live in the present. Living in the present. Live in the present, living in today, and living in the present moment. So that is very, very important. So focus on the present moment. The fifth and the last item, which must be, which will help us a lot in letting go of the thing. The fifth is create a letting go ritual. What is that, by the way? Creating a letting go ritual means that writing it down on a paper, then burn the paper and consider that it has been buried, it has vanished. Create a letting go ritual. The next step is that mindset shifts. There are certain type of mindset which is needed, which is important, so that we are better able to practice the art of letting go. Number one, view letting go as liberation. Viewing the letting go as liberation. It is a liberation indeed, because it frees our mind and our emotional burden as well. So for that reason, view letting go as liberation. Number two, recognize the impermanence. Nothing is permanent here in this world. So recognize the impermanence. The third is enhance uncertainty. Enhancing uncertainty. Don't be very certain. Enhancing, that is embrace uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty. and there is the life in itself is very uncertain. So why to try to make it a very certain one? Why not to rather embrace the uncertainty? The fourth item, which will help us a lot in developing a specific type of mindset, that is cultivate gratitude. So instead of keep complaining and instead of keep criticizing, it is better to practice the gratitude. If at all somebody does not treat you properly, let them go, but live the life of gratitude. What is the gratitude? How can we develop it? We can develop it by not focusing on what we are lacking, and by focusing upon, concentrating upon what we possess. So in this manner, we will be able to practice the gratitude. The fifth and the last item on the list of mindset shift, that is, trust the universe plan. There is a plan we are having, but there is a plan which is universe is having. Or we are the religious people, there is a plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So I think that we should be trusting the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about our life, about ourselves. So now as a next step, there are certain reminders. If we want to practice the art of letting go, there are certain reminders. What are these reminders? Letting go does not mean forgetting. Do not forget, because we cannot erase something from our memory. That is not possible, and we don't need to do it either. What is needed is that we should be, that is so much important. We need to remind ourselves, letting go does not mean forgetting. Number two, which we need to remind ourselves, it's a process, not an event. Mean it will keep happening, not just for a day, for an hour, but for maybe for the whole of the life, because it is a process, not an event. Number three, which we need to keep reminding ourselves, it is self-care is essential. Not to outsource it, but to practice the self-care. And self-care means try to sleep from 7 to 8 hours of every night. Try to eat the nutritious food, avoiding the junk and the processed food, and then of course exercising at least for 30 minutes a day. So that is called self-care. Self-care, it is the self-care is essential. Number four, letting go creates space for the new beginning, because we have to start the new beginning, and letting go of will create a space for the new experiences and for the new matter as well. Number five, which we need to keep reminding ourselves, it is you are stronger than you think. Yes, indeed, I'm stronger. I'm quite stronger than I think, and so is the case with other people, because there is a lot of elasticity in us. There is a lot of flexibility in us, because there is a lot of adaptability in us, because there is a lot of resilience in us, and that makes us stronger. So my dear friends and fellows, I think that was a highly beneficial and useful study of what is the art of letting go and why it is important to practice it. What are the things we need to let go of? How to do that? So then there are mindset shifts, and there are certain reminders as well. Our topic of today was a very, very important one, not just for one or two individuals, but for each and every person who want to live happily, who want to, live a productive and a fruitful life. I think that's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.